Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value. We're going to do oil and natural gas. I'll throw a couple solar companies in there too and some renewable companies just to take a look at it and keep peeking at it. I think oil and natural gas they're going to do very well over the next couple of years. That's my opinion. I'm a holder of it. I don't buy and sell. I buy it and I hold on. I've been holding on since September, October of 2020, and I've been cost averaging into positions and making my positions larger and larger with time. I think it's of good value. I think we're in what could be some problems with energy, especially natural gas and oil, which will lead to much higher prices. And it could be vastly higher prices. I'm not necessarily predicting what the top could be, but if someone said $300 oil or $500 oil per barrel, that would not surprise me. Now, maybe we only get to 150, maybe we get to 100. We'll find out. We'll find out what happens. I don't think OPEC has the spare capacity that they say they do. I think they're just doing this, and I don't think they have it. And what's happening is the rest of the world is not investing in oil, and we're going to see declining output for the rest of the world. I don't think OPEC has the spare capacity to make it up. I think it's going to get real funky next year or 2023. But that spells opportunity for investment. So let's go over the companies. I'll go over oil here, and I'll show you what the setup looks like. Again, this is just my financial opinion, everybody. It's not advice. So let's jump in here. And I've got oil here. This is a big long-term picture from 86 all the way till today. And what I am seeing is I'm seeing resistance right where we're at right this second. Now, if we break this 73, 74, 75, wherever it's at, level, and we close closer to 80, I think we're gone. I think we have massive upside potential here if that breaks. I think it will break. I think it's just a matter of time. We broke the downtrend line here to the upside, and we're trying to break this last major resistance level here. We break through this and close above it. That's where a lot of money is going to be put into the accounts of holders of oil and natural gas, especially oil. But I think if we break 70, 75, 76 and close above that, I think, I don't know where it's going to go. It's going to go far higher. There's not much resistance up here. Natural gas broke its downtrend line. I think natural gas is probably going to move vastly higher. And natural gas in Europe is at $25 per MMBTU. I don't know how high we're going to get, but it's going to put upward pressure on natural gas in America as well, because now we can ship that over there and make a lot of money. So this could get pretty interesting. Looking at the companies, SM Energy, this is one of my favorite plays. I overweighted it back in 2020 down here. I am going to continue to hold on to it. I am not scared. I'm scared not to hold it. So that's my take on it, but it's looking good. We're moving on up. And if this thing breaks, especially if we can break soon and get it into 2020, let a lot of these hedges roll off for all these companies, we're going to see a lot of these things rocket higher. I mean, rocket higher. CDEV's another one, and I just drew this line across. That's what we got to break, $6, and I think we're going to be moving. So CDEV is another one that I kind of loaded up on down here, and way back here. We've got Recaf. Recaf, I'm hoping to break to the upside. This is a funky looking chart. We do have this big buying pressure day, slow leak off of sellers. We are kind of coming to a point almost. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't break to the downside here. Crew Energy broke to the upside. This thing's looking fantastic. I'm holding on to that. So Crew looks great to continue higher. Tellurian looks great. They're putting in an LNG terminal This is like right place, right time here. I could see this move up quite dramatically over time. And be patient, guys. This isn't something that you trade in and out. I've just bought it. I bought it at 90 cents, and I bought it at right here. And when it contracted down, I said it's going to go because we got these big bullish engulfing, small pullback, and then the move higher. Just hold on to it and let it make you money. Holding is where you're going to make money. MCF, again, another one I hold. It's been moving on up. Looks good. Grand Tierra Energy still trying to break out of its pattern here, and I know some people are frustrated since we bought it down here at like 30-something cents or whatever, rode it up, and it's still consolidating in this pattern. Let it break, guys. Let it break and make you money. Don't be too impatient. Fang's another one. I still hold it. It looks fantastic to move higher. Looks really good. Birchcliff, we could see a little bit of some selling pressure. I've got an arrow pointing at this bearish engulfing pattern. It could roll over a little bit. I think natural gas is looking a little bit weak. And Churro Resources could also maybe pull back a little bit. Same with Comstock. I think we could do a little pullback here on these natural gas only ones. And Sandridge, we're pretty far above the 50-day. Just let it pull back a little bit is my take. Now, I've got Fuel Cell here. Yes, it's a hydrogen natural gas company. We broke to the upside here. Let's see what this thing does. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but it's $6.66. That is a coincidence that we're playing in this one, and it just threw that. But this thing looks good to move on up. So I'm holding on. I'm holding on, and I'm ready to go. I'm locked and loaded. SOL is another one that I'm looking at. I do own it. I'm waiting for this thing to move on up. So that's another one that I own. And SPWR, just to look at a couple of these, the downtrend line, it looks like it's trying to break out right now. That one looks fantastic as well. So that's what I have for today. I wanted to kind of touch on all this stuff here. I'm a huge bull on oil, guys. I don't know what's going to perform better, uranium or oil. I own both. I'm overweighting both of them. I think if we can get the dollar to go down too, man, this is going to be one heck of an alignment if we can get the dollar to weaken. We broke out to the downside of an ascending wedge with the dollar, so it should go down at some point. Short term, we're seeing strength in the dollar. Short term, we're seeing some strength even in the overall market. We do have the expansionary phase in real estate at our back. That is usually an inflationary period. That's when commodities go crazy. We're starting to see commodities move on up. They're breaking down trends. Everything's in alignment with history, and history agrees with the alignment. So history says when the valuations are low in commodities, they start to break and move up during an expansion phase of real estate. We are entering an expansion phase of real estate, but we're in a very early part of it. I think the inflation has been driven by the money printing and the sending of the checks into the system. There may be a little bit of a cool off of not going down, but inflation not being as high. But they did print a lot of money, and I think inflation will carry us a good ways, which then the expansionary phase will kick in, and then inflation will be, I think, pretty steady. So 6%, 7% inflation, I think that's possible for a while. And behind it, if that expansionary phase continues to strengthen, we're going to see more and more inflation coming from that area. So I think the stimulus will be the first year or two, and then it'll kick in the expansionary phase of real estate, and that will be what's going to push the inflation front. And I don't see how it's going to put so much pressure on rates to go higher, interest rates. So I'm seeing breaks on a lot of these things. I'm getting pretty excited. I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready to go. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. I'd like to know your opinion on this stuff here. If you're going in, if you're playing any of these, put it in the comments section. I'd like to hear from you. And if you like this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.